You little rotten keg tapper, no name having, looking ragged, lame rapper. You nut hugger, butt buddy fudge packer. Okay, enough of that. My real friends call me Asher. Laughter. What kind of name is that, bro, dude? It's so.
Welcome to 13 Minutes, your girlfriend's favorite interview show. This week, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, we have Greywalker.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
What's up?
Hello, Internet.
Introduce yourselves. Speak for the members of the band who aren't here.
Sure. My name is Brian, and I am the vocalist.
My name's Colt, and I play bass.
My name's Ricky, and I'm one half of the guitars of Greywalker. Evan is our other player who's not here tonight, and our drummer is Joey.
Cool. All right. Nice to meet you guys. When did you start Greywalker?
Oof. So
That's a loaded question.
Yeah, there was two stages to Greywalker. The first was actually called Mara, and that was myself, Joey, and Evan. And that was kind of like more of like a, I don't know, melodic hardcore kind of vibe. And then some changes happened. We got Colt and Brian in the band, and we just kind of went to Greywalker and been trucking along with this crew ever since.
That was like 2014.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Sorry, it's 2014. We started Mara in, I think, 2009. So a little over 10 years now.
That's crazy, man. You guys have been jamming for a while.
Getting fucking old.
Yeah, Ricky and I have been playing together for probably close to 20 years now, almost.
Since we were 18.
Oh, shit. You guys are old.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Hashtag dad metal.
Hashtag dad metal.
I was going to ask what type of music you make, but you already just answered the question to that. So if we're looking for a genre, it is dad metal.
Sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thing.
Totally fine.
Okay, cool. I like dad metal. I fuck with it. What exactly is a Greywalker?
Evan, our guitar player who isn't here, always likes to make the joke that it's about someone that lives in Pittsburgh because it's a super rainy and gray city. But the actual description is just like that. Somebody between the grips of life and death, walking on this horrible existence in COVID-19. We predicted this shit fucking like 6 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what this is about. That's what it's about. We're
So-
we're monetizing this shit because we can't play any shows. So now, fucking, yes, that's it. That's all I'm saying about that.
So many sick riffs have come out of this quarantine.
Yeah.
Literally sick riffs.
I mean, ultimately, real talk, it's just a name that's easy to remember and spell, and that's really all that matters. It's Googleable.
Is it easy
It's not
to
hard to
spell?
find us.
A lot of people get confused with that E. Let's just be honest.
No,
Those people-
yeah, I actually wanted to know, what is the difference between gray with an E and gray with an A?
I think one's like the European spelling, but I'm not sure. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah,
Look it
one's
up,
the
Google.
European spelling, and then one is like Sasha Grey. They're two different things.
Yeah. Is it? I don't know.
Are any of you guys fans of Sasha Grey? I sure am.
I don't know who that is. Being honest, am I old? Is that? Oh, fuck.
That's fine. You could do yourself a little quarantine lookup after this if you want.
She's an actress. I'd Google her if I was you. How many albums have you guys released so far?
2.
What are they called?
2 full lengths and 1 EP.
So the EP, me and Colt are not on the EP. That was like kind of like the post Mara first era of Greywalker. That was the Honesty EP, and then there was probably like a 2-year gap before we ended up putting out our actual like first debut album, which was Beyond All Mortal. That would have been 2015, I think, when we put that out, and then in 2018, was it 18? Yeah, 2018 we put out Without Control, and we were supposed to be going into the studio in June to record the new thing, but with all of this chaos, I'm not too sure what's happening. We haven't even been able to practice for about a month, so I'm not too sure what's going on with that. But we do have a new batch of work we're planning on recording as soon as we can.
I think it's crazy that everything on the timeline of this whole year is being determined by when COVID-19 does or doesn't blow over.
Yeah, dude, it's kind of nice in a way not having all of these crazy obligations, because like all of us juggle so much stuff. So it's been kind of nice just to like not have to sweat little stuff. It's making me like reevaluate my priorities. Like once I'm able to do everything again, I may still like let some things just go. Some unnecessary bullshit I was doing, I may just let it go.
Except for
think I'm
Rammstein.
with you.
I'm like really fucking pissed that Rammstein is probably not going to happen now.
Yeah.
Because we were all going to go. And that's
I'm having hopes for Rammstein. I'm holding out for it.
right.
Yeah, as long as I can still see Rammstein, I'll be all right.
Do you guys have a band vehicle? Do you have a band van or something like that?
You know what? We've been renting. We don't really tour heavy enough to buy one right now. You know, our drummer has a young daughter, so it's been like we can't really tour a lot. We all have other obligations, you know, jobs, kids, stuff going on at home too. So, yeah, I mean, we just kind of rent.
Or borrow.
Yeah, or borrow.
Or borrow a trailer. Or rent a trailer and pull it behind my truck. Whatever.
Yeah.
We'll figure out a way.
Right.
Yeah, there's always. I was just gonna say, there's always ways to get around things like that.
Oh, absolutely. Honestly, I drive a compact car, and I could fit everything I need for. I don't know. I could probably live in this thing. If you pack the vehicle right, you could take anything you want anywhere you want.
Sure.
Definitely. Geographically, what is the farthest that being in Greywalker has taken you guys so far?
Indiana?
Yeah, Indiana, Michigan, played New York a lot. Yes, probably like the Midwest. We do a lot of stuff up in Michigan. We have some friends up there, so it's always a good time to go out there. Got a little bit of a following now, so.
Do you guys drink Yingling and say shit like yins?
Do I drink out of cans or bottles or both?
Say no more. That you guys don't even have to answer the question now. I get it. That's exactly what I wanted. Who are some of your guys' favorite bands?
Cool.
I mean, everything, but I'm just going to say Metallica. I'm just going to say Metallica forever.
That's fair. Think favorite bands like ever. Probably
I don't know.
At the Gates, Rammstein, and Darkest Hour. If I had to pick three, it's hard.
Yeah,
it's so hard.
That's always a loaded question because there's so much music in the world. But if we're gonna lean towards heavy metal right now,
Yeah,
I would probably say Iron Maiden, Dillinger Escape Plan, and I don't even know who a third one would be. I mean, there's so much cool stuff. We'll just say, you know what? We'll say Rammstein as well, just because.
Heavy this factor, man.
It's the year of Rammstein. But yeah, there's so much music, and but I think in terms of the stuff that influences us, probably a lot more of like the stuff that Ricky had mentioned, like the Swedish death metal stuff, and then like the early like 2000s era of like American bands that were incorporating that shit, like your Darkest Hours or your Lamb of God, Slipknot to some degree, that sort of shit. I think is kind of.
Don't forget about Shadows Fall. So underrated.
Yeah, all that stuff kind of gets thrown in the pot of what like Greywalker is.
I thought Greywalker was a person walking around a sad city.
It could be that. Could be whatever you want it to be.
It could be, yeah, whatever your handsome heart desires.
Huh. All right, there you go.
Yeah.
What is the craziest shit that you guys have ever witnessed or been involved in so far being in Greywalker?
Indiana.
Well, you guess Indiana?
Yeah.
Yep, Indiana. We played. Brian, you can go ahead and tell the story.
So we played this place where the venue had a wrestling ring built inside of it, and the stage was right next to the wrestling ring. And inside, in between the bands playing, they had like extreme wrestling, like, you know, like chairs, barbed wire type shit.
Yeah.
And I remember in between sets, there was this dude that like was getting hit with a chair that had barbed wire wrapped around his head right in front of our merch table. Just like, cause like the fight had left the ring and it was just like in the
Did
middle
you
of the
get blood
floor.
on your shit?
No. They were very professional and everybody was really cool. That's the thing. Everybody was really nice to us at that show. It was a lot of fun, but it was definitely like, this is unreal. It was very.
That got thrown on the bar and was getting fucking dollar bills stapled to his head. You guys remember that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was real. It was
some like ECW shit from like early 2000s.
Yeah. And that, or in Toledo, Ohio, when we played with like all of these like Juggalo rappers, which is totally fine. It was just a thing that happened because sometimes tour, you don't know what's going to, well, you know what you're going to be playing with. But we played with all these Juggalo rappers in Toledo, Ohio, and it was like in the winter time. So they had a Christmas tree set up in this place, and like a fight or a scuffle had kind of broken out during one of the other act sets, and somebody got pushed into the Christmas tree and it like fell over.
Fucking Christmas tree is always an innocent bystander.
Very true.
What was that place called?
The OK Corral.
When we were like in this band, we were like 18. We played this place, the OK Corral, and they had a Christmas tree hanging upside down from the ceiling. It was the weirdest shit ever.
Some would call that sacrilegious.
Yeah, it was odd.
Yeah, it was in Ohio. I don't remember the name. Kent. It was Kent, Ohio.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've definitely been to a few good parties in Kent, Ohio. Shout out to Kent State University. I didn't go to college there. I just got fucked up there.
I like Ohio. There's some fucking undeniably weird shit that happens there, but it's always been good to us.
Fucking Skatopia.
Dude, Skatopia.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck
That was
I'll
Skatopia.
go there one day. I still haven't been there, but I really want to go. I've
We
heard
played
it's
it.
fucking
It was
gnarly.
awesome, but we'll never play it
We're
again.
never going back.
Yeah,
My
we
shit's
played it.
The sides
was-
of it, like
It's
Because he got mud on his stuff.
well, that was the thing. When we went, it was undeniably a shitty day, and it had rained really bad, so the whole place was just a mud pit. It wasn't like that cool, like, hang out outside, grill some food, chill out, anarchy, fuck the law type shit. It was just like everything is mud. Everything is mud.
You have to be okay with driving in the middle of nowhere and taking a risk with getting like no money because like you're not selling merch there or anything like that. That place is wild.
definitely wild.
I don't regret going, but I don't think I want to drag $10,000 worth of equipment there ever again.
Exactly.
I don't like carrying equipment across like up a couple stairs to get to the stage or whatever. So I definitely don't want to carry it through any sort of mud. I'm not going to lie to you guys.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
like carrying equipment at all. You always have to get a personal butler or something to carry your equipment for you,
Wish.
or like some really strong groupies.
Yeah, I don't mind loading the gear all that much. It's just the people, as long as the people at the venue can be a little bit clear about like where the things are going. Because that's the other thing too, is sometimes like a place like Skatopia or some other venues, it's just very much like, whatever. Bands will play whenever we feel like it. You can put your stuff wherever. It doesn't really matter. It's like, what? Just tell me where the fuck the stuff goes. I don't care to just tell me when to move it and where it's supposed to go.
You know
Call
what?
it old-fashioned. I like rules.
I'm usually pretty on top of that with my concert productions. Come play a Paul Goon show sometimes in Youngstown, and I'll make sure I'm very nice and organized. You guys will know where to go and what time you go on. I promise you.
Hell
Cool.
yeah. Yep.
Thank
Since
you.
we're out of quarantine.
I don't think I've ever played a show in Youngstown that started on time, so I'll be impressed.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, come work with me sometime, guys.
But with that being said, everybody that we've worked with in Youngstown's been super awesome to us. It's a great town. We love going there.
I definitely like my Pittsburgh homies. I've met a few good hardcore bands from Pennsylvania. One called Moment in Pompeii,
Yeah.
and there's some guys from Philadelphia called Snake Charmer. And my God, seems like Pennsylvania could really birth some really heavy music all around.
Yeah, I think that Pennsylvania's had definitely a super strong hardcore scene and punk scene. Metal's kind of on the bottom of that tier, but there's still plenty of good metal bands that have been coming out of Pittsburgh for like the past 3 or 4 decades, honestly.
It's cool. It's really cool. I noticed that you guys, speaking of that, being one of these few metal bands that's, you're saying, being on this bottom tier where you say the metal bands are, how does it feel to be a band that is winning awards? Normally you don't see underground bands winning awards, and you guys have won a couple different awards in a couple different years. Basically, like, how do you win them? What are they? How do you guys go about getting involved in something like that?
I don't know, dude. Honestly, like, we just put out music consistently, and we played a lot of shows, and we were just nice to people. And then, I don't know. And I think the other thing, too, that's helped us is that, like, we'll play shows with pretty much whoever. We don't give a shit if you're a punk band, if you're actually a dad rock band, or if you're like an indie rock band or whatever. We've played shows with so many different bands. It's just like, these are people that are cool. We want to be around them, and they'll help bring people out. So I think that just helped us get exposed to a lot of people that typically don't see live metal bands a lot. So they see us and they're like, oh shit. So then we kind of became a metal band that people don't go to a lot of metal shows knew about, because people weren't coming to metal shows. So we just started playing other shows.
Right. I think we have a lot of fun too. So when people like come out and do see us for the first time, they're like, oh shit, like these guys are having a good time. Like I want to have a good time too and hang out with them and, just like bullshit. Because I don't know. I got this like thing that I think a lot of people take metal just way too seriously. You know what I mean? Like it all has to be so serious all the time. And I don't think that's the case. We don't think that's the case. Like we just want to joke around and have a good time. Like we have a fucking music video where we're dressed up like aliens. I mean, like we're just trying to have fun, and like pump out good riffs, and I don't know. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, no, it's really important, I think, especially now at this stage in our life.
Spaghetti.
Like we lost Brian.
I do like the way that his face is frozen on the screen, though. Anyone else?
Yep, there he's back.
Okay. Am I back?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Finish that.
Anyways, I was saying is that if we're going to be doing this still with everything else we have going on, it has to be fun. We have to genuinely want to be doing it. And I think that was the one thing that helped us really get this going and be as productive as we have been over the past few years. It's just like, we're having a good time. We've always been having a good time. And if for some reason we're not having a good time, then, having that communication with each other to sit down and work through it, talk shit out, be adults.
Right.
But it's like, be adults when you have to. But for the most part, we're still all perpetually 18 years old.
That's probably a good thing. I would believe that having a mentality like that probably is really good for creativity purposes at the very least, as well as having to have the energy to perform on stage. I don't think I'd ever want to have to put on a 30 to 60 minute set carrying a bass guitar or any sort of guitar at all, ever. I'm pretty fucking strong, but I don't know if I'm that strong.
Hey, you do it you do it once, you get the bug in you, and then all of a sudden you're just chasing the dragon, big boy. You just want to keep going for it.
I don't know where you went with that.
What does Greywalker have to do with craft beer and hot sauce?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Couple of things.
Yeah. There was a music festival that was happening for a few years here in Pittsburgh called Brutal Beer Fest, and we got to be a part of it. And one of the things that came with that was that we got to collaborate with Penn Brewery to make a beer. So we played 3 years of Brutal Beer Fest, and we collaborated with Penn Brewery all 3 years, made 3 different beers with them. They became, good friends of ours. They're super cool people, super good beer, super good food there too. And that was where the beer came from. It was just a one-off show, and we made friends. The hot sauce, somebody else want to talk about the hot sauce?
Sure. So Evan's friend Tom from school actually hit us up, I don't know, a few years ago, and was just kind of like, hey, I like metal. You guys like hot sauce. Would you be interested in working with me? And so Evan brought it to us, and we're like, hell yeah, we fucking love hot sauce. Let's get on this. So yeah, we worked with Tom over at Allegheny City Farms. Shout out to him. He's the coolest guy ever. He does everything himself. It's all homegrown. Yes, we worked with him. He was like, kind of, what do you guys want this to taste like? We kind of just put in some flavored ideas, and he kind of went with it.
That's fucking cool. I've never got to do anything like that before. I don't know that a lot of anybody's got to do that before besides people who actually do that for a living. That's really badass. Next question I have is, do you guys prefer in this band Nikes or Vans?
Neither. Pumas.
I guess, yeah, he has Vans on. I'm probably more of an Adidas guy myself.
Oh, all right. Normally, I feel like bands normally all wear the same brand of shoes, and it's always either Nikes or Vans.
I'm wearing Lakai's are my shoes that I have other than these right now.
Yeah,
well, I'm a Puma fan all the way.
We're pretty relaxed when it comes to our stage wear. I would say we're not really super concerned with the image, which maybe that's biting us in the ass a little bit in some ways. I don't know. We're a bunch of 30-year-old men.
You call it dad rock.
Exactly.
I would expect you to wear those short shorts that only go down to your middle of your thighs, and those white shoes. Those New Balance shoes.
That sounds like what pop punk kids wear now, though.
Yeah. Well, it's fucking cool. I think Greywalker should totally do it. I'll join you guys.
Yeah, maybe we'll work on our image for this new stuff we got coming up. So, yeah, maybe we'll incorporate short shorts.
I'm gonna grow my hair back, all 6 of them. It'd be great.
All right, for sure. I'll give you some of mine. I'll donate some hair.
That works.
What is it like doing space cocaine?
It puts you on the floor, man.
Yeah.
It's a blast from the space. I took it all to the face, and it was in my eyes and in my everywhere, and it burned really bad.
What actually was that made out of? Glitter and sugar or something?
It was green Jello.
Oh God.
If you see I dump it all over my face, it really went in my eyes. It sucked.
Because we're adults.
When you dumped it, were you in the costume or was it your actual face? I can't remember.
I was in the costume, so it went in there and then it stayed in there.
So
yeah, it out.
Most people that watch it probably don't realize that that's you in the video. Yeah, that's you. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even remember that.
Yeah, because I was like, film this. And
okay.
like this.
Yeah.
And then spilled a whole glass of wine on Heather, didn't he?
Yeah, that did happen.
First
Yep.
time meeting her.
She still
It
hangs
seems
out.
like- I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just ending the thought that Heather still hangs out with us, so it's totally fine. The wine didn't ruin anything.
Shout out to Heather. For
Shout
being a
out.
fan. Good
Yeah.
sport. All right, just kidding. In a movie about your lives, who would play you guys?
I want Tom Hardy to play me.
Okay, Tom Hardy.
Edward Norton.
Those are my two favorite actors. So you guys have to start
I
sincerely.
don't even know. I'm just gonna throw out one that I think would be hilarious: Dolph Lundgren, because my fucking movie would be like a fucking B actor.
Oh yeah.
All right, now let's pick who's gonna play Evan and who's gonna play Joey.
Oh,
Okay.
Joey's obviously Steve Buscemi. Obviously. If you look
Perfect.
at this guy,
And Evan will get that long-haired dude from Workaholics. What's his name?
fuck.
Blake.
No,
Blake.
I would-
Yeah, from Workaholics.
I think we need to get Joe Exotic out of prison and get him to be Evan.
Did you guys watch that documentary? It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. There's a lot of follow-up too. There's a lot of shit that's going on post it that you gotta,
I'm sure.
because the people that made that documentary spun a lot of stuff out of control. It's not all facts, you know how it
You're
goes.
right.
So if you really want to get into the Tiger King lore, there's plenty of stuff on the internet to Google after you look up Sasha Grey.
Good. I forgot about that.
Don't forget. Do not forget. All right, you guys. I really appreciate your time. I'm Paul Goon. They are Greywalker. And for some reason, you just watched another episode of 13 Minutes.
Bye, everybody.
Cheers, guys.
Keep on headbanging.